Okay, just I hide myself today.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, hey, I have a special guest. I think you guys know her. If you didn't, I did an interview with Maria. Was it a year ago? And
2
so
years
yeah,
ago.
I link it. It was last year. I link it.
Was 2 years ago.
Was 2 years ago.
2017.
Do you want to bet with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, $50, guys.
Yeah.
50
$50.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay. No, wait.
Too late.
No.
Too
It was
late.
2 years ago. Yeah,
It was
I remember.
2017, last year. Anyway, right. Remember this bet, okay?
Yeah.
Right. So in today's video, I kind of wanted to do, just kind of speak about the benefits of learning. No, not the benefits. Wait. How learning languages or speaking multiple languages has changed our lives, and I thought this would be a great person, my friend, my buddy, to do it. So
Yeah, let's
Right.
start.
So how many languages do you speak?
So Italian, not very fluent. German, English, Arabic, Malaysian.
Yeah.
And
Character
that's
this
it.
girl. Yeah.
3 languages, and I can understand a bit of Spanish because I mean Italian is almost the same, and I used to study a year of Chinese, so
A little Chinese
apparently
as
a few words I can.
in Chinese as
Yeah,
well. Beautiful.
exactly.
So how did you go about learning, say, English, for example? Because coming from Italy, I mean, you didn't speak English in
Yeah.
Italy, right?
Well, I used to speak English in school, but that was just.
It was more theoretical.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, when I moved to Munich, then I had the opportunity to learn English better from native speakers, and yeah,
Awesome.
here I am with a bit of English Kenntnisse.
The Jenglish comes in very handy. And and German? How did you learn German?
German, I used to learn German with my dad because my grandpa was Austrian, so he taught me German.
How old were you?
Well,
When you were learning German?
so big. Yeah, well, since I was born, I was in contact with German, let's say so, and my dad was talking to me in German, telling stories at night, and yeah,
Cute.
so I was just
Right. Like doing comprehension?
doing comprehension.
Or, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, in German, yeah, and then when I moved to Munich, then I improved my German by just talking in German, doing like a
Writing,
German course, and yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty easy.
Which is kind of similar in a way. Like when I was 6, because I was born here, but when we moved back to Tobago, and then when I was 6, we moved back, and then I was thrown into primary school. Did not know.
Then when I moved to Munich, then I improved my German by just talking in German, doing like a
Writing,
German course, and yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty easy.
Which is kind of similar in a way. Like when I was 6, because I was born here, but when we moved back to Tobago, and then when I was 6, we moved back, and then I was thrown into primary school. Did not know, as you say in the Caribbean, a lick of German.
A lick.
And well, yeah, after a few weeks, my teacher would speak to me in English, for the first few weeks, and then after she was like, okay, you're on your own, and then I had to kind of pick up, and then after a while, like, I was fluent, and then we moved away again.
And guys, I guess that is the best way to learn a language, because also like my English when I came here was non-existent, and I just start talking and listen, and then was inside my brain some days.
It really is
But
about
yeah.
practice, especially
Yeah,
if you're not in a
practice.
place where you can, like, say, speak to native speakers or anything.
Yeah.
Then definitely, like, online. Today, there's no excuse really to not be able to practice a language that you're interested in
Never
learning.
learn a language in the internet.
No, don't listen to her, honestly. That's how...
Well, my experience.
No, for me, I guess it depends on your personality type. She's very outgoing. She loves speaking to people, being, like, interacting. And I kind of am shy, and I don't like to make mistakes. Oops. So I think
love to make mistakes because you can learn from your own mistakes.
very true as well. But I think a mixture of the two is also very good. At university, we had the chance to do a language. I picked Italian, and I mean, it was good for grammar, and like the theory and everything was definitely very good. But in terms of actually speaking with people and like comprehension, you need to be outside doing that.
Exactly.
So how do you think it's changed your life, like speaking another language?
Well, you definitely have more opportunities to talk to people, and I mean you can approach easily if you know more languages than if you just know your native
good, yeah.
So, what
but you
was the
personally,
question?
like, how do you think it's changed your life? Like,
Well,
if you say, for example, you didn't speak English or you didn't learn German ever.
I can't imagine it.
Crazy, right?
But I mean,
I was just thinking of certain like experiences
changing
that
your-
I've had or people that I've met and conversations that I've had that I would not have necessarily had if I didn't speak say,
well,
German
for
or even a little
example,
bit of Italian.
yeah, well, for example, if I travel now and I travel all around the world, I can talk in English easily, so I can just get in touch also with natives. Just saying that, like, if you travel and you know English or other languages, then you can approach the people easier than if you just know one language or so. So in this case, like, the languages change my life for the better.
It's just there's so many benefits of learning a new language, and I think especially like in school, like you had English in high school. Did you learn a lot from your high school experience with English?
No.
I had Spanish and French for like 5 and 7 years respectively, and I can't really parler the français,
Yeah.
but
Parler de français,
But I think
je ne parle
especially
pas
if you
français.
understand, like when you go into high school, like the benefits, like after you leave school, that you can meet great people, that you can even have job opportunities. So young people who are interested in maybe media or sports, like there's so many possibilities if you speak multiple languages. And I think if you know that from a younger age, you're probably more motivated to learn and to even travel. Like it always helps, and it allows you to connect with native speakers in a different way than if you were just like, excuse me, do you speak English? Because we take that for granted and assume everybody speaks English.
Yeah, well, the difference between like learning a language in school and learning a language outside school, there is a big difference, because like when you're outside school, you are on your own and you have just to speak. Also, if you make mistakes, like, people don't care, because I mean, if they can understand you, then it's fine. In school, if you make a mistake, then 1 point less,
Yeah.
and no, you're not so fluent.
It's not a good measure of like how well somebody is at a language, but I
Yeah.
guess that's the only way, especially if you want to teach like, I don't know, hundreds of students each year,
Yeah.
like one language at school a few hours a week. There's no other way to do it. I mean, imagine they had like, okay, let's have a little conversation for however long and like really evaluate you on that.
Yeah.
It's just not really possible. But
And also, when you're outside school, you learn different accents. Maybe of
Right.
English, you can talk with an American guy or a British girl or a New Zealand. I mean, you can like get different features of the language,
Right.
of the same language.
which you
know,
wouldn't
but-
get in a classroom.
Exactly.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
tips for people to learn languages?
Tips for people:
Or just
go
spoke.
outside and just talk, and don't be afraid, because I was never afraid to talk. And yeah, I also always told her, I said, she talks Italian better than me, but
wish this
she's
was
always, yeah, it's true, but it's really like, don't be afraid of talking, because like no one will judge you. And
even if people do, it's like those are just a few small percent.
yeah,
of,
and
ugh.
you learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
I still remember the mistake that I did sometimes, that they were like a different meeting,
Remember?
but
You
then
learn from it.
Exactly. Then I stopped, and now I'm better.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video with Maria. Yeah.
Hello.
Hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, wherever it is you are in the world, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
I can't say I'm surprised anymore. Who's supposed to save you now when you're here?